So we are driving the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Now, yes, we've heard Cross before in another brand, which is also Asian, but this is the Mitsubishi offering for the crossover SUV segment, and I must say that it's absolutely amazing. This is by far the best drive that I've had since testing cars for over the past year. I've driven so many cars, and I must mention that none of the cars have been this smooth. It's an absolute pleasure to drive. And yeah, if this is your first time watching, my name is Fakier and welcome to my channel. Now this car is priced or starts at the price of 471,000 rand 995 after that number, of course. So it's definitely not cheap and not for anybody that is looking for an entry-level SUV kind of vehicle because of the price. But this car is definitely full of your accessories and your bells and whistles, like I mentioned always. You've got heated seats, you've got your daytime LED fog lights, as you can see on the front. Absolutely stunning. It does have that Mitsubishi, like the Expander, it has that kind of alien spaceship kind of feel, but the car is definitely a stunner. I have people looking at this car, and I mean, they've got a reason to. This car is definitely a beautiful looking car. It is kind of flatter than, or not so high, so you don't have massive ground clearance, but you do have a car that's sitting on a 18-inch alloy wheels, so that's definitely a plus side on the exterior side. Then you can see that the alloy wheels is definitely very, very attractive with that kind of glossy or matte black kind of finish. This car specifically is in a charcoal color, which I am an absolute fan of. You do get it in that Mitsubishi red kind of finish, but I definitely like this as a more subtle look, also more premium and luxe-ish kind of feel, and you know, like more for your minimalistic kind of finishes. This steel grey or charcoal is definitely a winner for me. Now, talking about pricing, you've got your entry-level model, which is a 2-liter without the turbo. Now, this one is the 1.5-liter turbo model, which is the GLS. And I must mention that this car is definitely not light on fuel consumption. You've got around 7.5 kilometers per liters per 100 kilometers, so definitely not economical. I found it also not economical, but of course it does have this turbo. This one will set you back at around 511,995 rand. I am driving the 1.5 liter turbo model and GLS. It's both models come with a CVT gearbox. This is the 8-speed, however, so you do get your paddle shifters. And then the entry level one is a 2-liter with no turbo. But yeah, like I mentioned, the consumption is definitely not of your lighter vehicles. This is around 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is not ideal. And yeah, especially in today's time, looking at the South African climate. But in terms of drive, I must mention that this car is definitely a beautiful drive. It delivers outstanding smooth solidness on the road, and yeah, I haven't driven any car like it this far. Also on the exterior, you've got your Rise body construction, if you are familiar with that. And looking at safety, you've got your ABS, your EPB, your EBD, you've got ISOFIX on the interior, you've got leather interior as well, and then you've also got your heated seats, which for me was a massive bonus. I didn't expect that in this car. You've got heated seats, you've got your reverse camera. The PDC is amazing. Now, something I love about PDC specifically is when you actually get close to a car not all of the cars that I've tested has the sensors on the front of the vehicle, but in fact they've got it on the rear. Now a lot of them focus on that, which I actually am a fan of, when it's all around the car. You know, you never know who's driving your vehicle, and you want that kind of experience for everybody when when considering that your car does cost around R500,000. So yeah, you want them to know that they need to look after the car, and the sensors are definitely there to guide them. Something else which is quite interesting on this vehicle is the heads-up display. I think Mitsubishi calls it the MyTech, Mitsubishi technology, or their rendition of it. It is a heads-up display, so it's color as well, full color screen, so that's kind of interesting. It's very, very bright, not like the sun that I had to use the sun visors for, which there are mirrors in fact, which is of course a very, very nice nice finish. You've got your infotainment system, which is also another plus, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You've got 2 USB ports, one for charging and then of course another one for your Android Auto. So yeah, definitely a very, very packed car. Now looking at the packing, you've got a very, very spacious area in the back or on the rear seats of the vehicle. And what I can mention is that the car delivers on the space and the comfort, right? But when you look at the amount of boot space, I would say that at first it's definitely falling. I would say that the car, you wouldn't think that the car has 437 liters of boot capacity, but it does, and you can lift your seats up for extra storage space, of course, in the back. But if you don't want that, you can always keep your seats down, and the parcel shelf is very, very easy to remove. As you can see, it's just a pole that you pull in and out, so that's really, really simple. Overall, this car is an outstanding vehicle, I must say. You've got electronic mirrors as well, so retractable with the push of a button, and especially on lock as well, which I have to mention, this car has keyless entry. This car has everything you'd want in a modern day car. For me, it's just missing the price. It's a little bit expensive, but I guess that is what you can expect of what it's offering. And another thing I especially love about this vehicle is the fact that it gives me the best drive that I've had in the past year and a half. So definitely this car is extremely recommendable in that regard, especially if you are a Mitsubishi fan. I think Mitsubishi is definitely underrated in South Africa. We don't see enough of it. We don't see enough Eclipse Crosses, and this is definitely a car that you need to go and test drive. So if you are looking for a Toyota Corolla Cross and your pricing is going to the 400s, then the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is definitely something you need to strongly consider. So that is the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. I hope we see more of these on the road. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know about what your thoughts are about how this car looks. What's your feel? Go have a test drive of this car, and then afterwards let me know what you think about this car, because honestly I absolutely love it. Until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.